Okay, we're recording.
Well, you can start it since this is your review.
I mean,
It's your review. You wanted to review it.
you told me pick an anime, and I let the dice roll for you.
But listen, I mean, this is how I support you. My love of
How
Star
you
Wars.
support me?
Yeah, yeah. Look.
Okay.
My love for Star Wars on T-shirt form, anime style. Look at my T-shirt. Look at it.
Oh,
Look at it.
I see it. I see it. I see it.
Not anime, but manga, not manga. So go ahead.
And on that note, peoples, we're going to be talking about Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Where can they see it?
This is a show that, and to be funny about it, I actually rolled dice to let my brother choose what anime he was going to watch. So there was a selection of anime to choose from. You can technically watch this show currently on Crunchyroll and Hulu, both seasons 1 and 2.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it is scored absolutely zero. No one has responded. No one has given a score for this. I don't blame them because I had the hardest time watching this. I can only get through one season. The hell I'm going to get over watch season 2.
I mean, on IMDb, it is rated 7.9 out of 10 out of 2000.2 reviews.
Good for them.
Welcome back to another episode of Tales of Two Bros. I'm Adon,
I'm Angel.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoilers.
Yeah, I know you said you rolled the dice, but
Okay,
it was
so
between this and what?
you came and approached me and said, hey, I want to watch an anime. We can review it. And there was a bunch of list of animes that I was going down the list, and it was just like I couldn't narrow it down. It was between like God of High School. I knew you were already re-attempting to watch
Yeah,
Jujutsu
that
Kaisen.
stopped.
You stopped
That
again?
stopped. There's so much to watch, and for what we need to do and things like that nature, it was kind of hard.
Okay, so I couldn't narrow down the selection in regards to it, so I decided I numbered them in order. I rolled a dice for it.
When your D&D dice
Yes, I did.
or die.
And I was going to originally watch Megalobox with you, but you're like, I already saw it, and you're like, I'll watch it again. I'm like, no, you should watch something new. So
Well, the tell you the truth, Megalobox, I like the first season. I don't like the second season. Different pacing, different anime, I think as well, in the sense of drawing and style, just a little bit.
which happens in
Uh,
a lot of times. Like
yeah,
a very popular anime, One Punch Man, got very critical reviews because they changed, animators like from season 1 to season 2, and a lot of
mhm.
people were hating on that. So you could see studios like their influence through them.
Got you. Now, season 1 and season 2 has 25 episodes each. That's a lot. That's more
Yes.
than a regular season in regular television, if you will. Now they have adjusted it due to streaming services like that, but it used to be like 23 episodes, and then summer will hit, and then it'll be like reruns or whatever, or spring will hit and there'll be reruns.
Mhm.
I know in England they do like 6 episodes, sometimes 3 episodes per season. They do it a little differently. Those
Correct.
episodes are longer though.
So your
But
average
man,
anime can range from like 12 episodes to 25, 24 episodes. Just so
okay,
it's either or flop. In this case, they
gotcha.
do, like you were mentioning, 25 episodes. I will also say this for those who don't know Mobile Suit Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam's been around since like the 19, and you can correct me, I'm sure you probably fact check
I
something.
would say the 80s,
Or before that,
early 80s,
70s.
maybe. Okay, that's yeah, either or. I remember watching Gundam like or Mobile Suit because there's like so many like branches. It's like Star Wars where it has an original, a
Hmm.
Genesis, and then it branches out, right? Um,
Yes, that's
but they've done it.
exactly it.
They were more consistent.
The consistency is iffy.
I mean, consistency in the sense like how Star Wars was just like the originals, then became the several years later their prequels, and then
It
not so
became like
much
legacies or
long.
legends.
But I'm just saying, like where Gundam has been more, I guess, frequent than Star Wars. But it's a sci-fi genre anime and manga.
Yes. So, okay. So in regards to it, like it's a massive Marvel. Marvel. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. It is a massive universe set for Mobile Suit Gundam. It
Mhm.
has its own timelines. Depending on which version of Mobile Suit Gundam you're watching, it's like an Elseworld story, like a what if. The war that they reference in the past, the timelines that there is not
Mhm.
connected to the main Mobile Suit Gundam storylines that you would ever find.
So this is could be like a standalone?
It is absolutely a standalone.
Okay. But it
So
has no relation to
other than the fact
that,
that
the
they're
original.
the mobile suits are
Uh-huh.
similar, they're named
Right.
in
Uh-huh.
similar color sets. Like even the
Right.
physical designs of the mobile suit are different than what they are in the mainstream. Thinner, kind of animalistic in
Mhm.
some ways. So it's very unique in its own aspect. Now, in regards to this entire
You know, I
genre,
want I just wanna address something though right now. Since you love anime, your energy is exactly matching the same blah energy of the show I watched.
what
Dude, they were just like, "Hey, how's it going? Man." I
you're
mean,
talking?
during the
Okay, so
battle
you're talking
scenes,
about the main character who is like
I'm talking I'm
monotone.
I'm talking about a lot of the characters are like that. Besides the
The
fight
girl.
scenes, of course, they're a little more alive,
Yeah, yeah.
but the thing is, like, they're just, like, monotone. I mean, it took so long to build up to the action and get the story going that I was freaking stabbing my eyes out. It kind of reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. You know how I feel about that those episodes where they'll spend 4 episodes of a guy walking down an alley,
Well, like the 7 episodes
right?
to a guy
But
to just
here,
yell and
yeah,
power up.
correct. When the action happened, that's where, of course, you get interested, and it happened more often towards the end, where you had a little sprinkle here and there. I mean, I guess I get it in a way that you have to, I guess, put some groundwork since these characters are not of the origin or directly connected.
True.
Just the
Mhm.
machines are the ones that are connected. It was just it just took so long. It lost my interest several times. And I know you told me when I was telling you that I had trouble watching this. It's like, oh, we can just still review it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I was like, but let me just finish the first season.
Yeah.
Besides that, it has so many things that I was like, of course, there's a Shakespearean story to it with the two best friends at the end. Is like, what? And like he was the one guy who was like finds out to be a traitor or a
Yes.
mole, whatever you
Mhm.
want to call it. He was supposed to marry the sister who
Yes.
was like
He still marries
she
her.
was like 10. I understand. He tells us like I'm gonna marry her still, blah blah. I was like, oh boy. But she's like 10 and he's like what? He's like 26.
I'm gonna say
I
he's,
mean,
like,
I
in
don't know
his
how
teens.
well the way the voice actor was, it
Yeah.
sounded a lot older.
I'll
So
say
I
he's, like,
don't really
18.
know. But still, that's pedophile territory.
Technically, she's
I,
engaged and, like,
right,
promised to be wed. So, like, it's
right.
like an arranged marriage. When she's of age and of time, then she can be married to him. So it's just like that
Of
kind of
course, but
situation.
still, I mean, I know it's like
It's
an arranged
weird.
marriage. I get
Yeah.
that.
It's like
Yeah, it's
royalty.
definitely weird.
Royalty get locked in like that.
Right. But also I found weird was their hairstyles. Not all of them, but some of them, especially the mole guy and his friends. That you have the like say like you have the flap, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you have the other hair going like I can't do it right with my fingers, but it's like
I know
the
exactly
flap
what you're
going
talking
here,
about,
and
yeah.
then it's like I was like, that's an odd way to have your hair. And then you
I
have the
mean,
other
that's
guy
very
who looked
anime-ish, like, they just do
no,
their hair weird.
I get it, but I get his anime, but it just didn't like the other guy with the what do you call that? The pompadour extreme, the
Yes,
gray hair, white hair guy, looked like a knife. It was so thick that it would cast a shadow, which I thought was kind of funny. Will cast a shadow somewhere, wherever the light hits him. Uh, but and I don't like this. It was just so weird in so many ways. I mean, I know that Japanese people are a little perverse, but it was just in that aspect of being arranged marriage or with a kid that's like in third grade, where a guy's a senior in high school or a freshman in college, doesn't sit right with me.
then you're gonna be lucky you didn't get to season 2.
Oh, I don't want to. I'm not going to.
It's
I'm
like,
definitely not going to.
there's a
Now,
throuple couple and situation that develops.
okay, well, okay. Now, the only times it was enjoyable was the action part,
I mean,
of course,
honestly, a lot of
right?
times in like let's be honest, like a lot of people who are fans of these series, they're focused on the
Hmm.
anime. Depending on the storyline, they may go with the story being really great. Your cliche Gundam story is there's a war that's going on for political reasons, usually having to do with the people of Earth versus the people of Mars, or something along those
Hmm.
lines. There's a mysterious mobile suit that's called a Gundam, and a young man or a young pilot finds it and somehow is really good at piloting that suit, and that ends up
Right,
turning
right.
the tables of the war. And
He's
then
the chosen
there's
one.
always that one guy who's like a mole who is wanting to manipulate the war, who wears a mask,
Hmm.
and that's actually
Hmm.
very often in most of the series.
So pretty much you have Anakin, Vader,
Yes, very, very
Luke. Very Star Wars.
yes.
I love Star Wars. But what was your favorite moment, if you can remember? Because I know you watched it way before me.
Because there's a lot of stuff there, it becomes a blur.
How about character? How about that? Make it easier.
I can
Character.
remember some iconic moments, like the very first, I believe it was the first episode where they first introduced the Gundam. It was either the first episode or second episode, and you have the general pilot that challenges them, and he's like he challenges them because he doesn't want to see child soldiers, because he doesn't believe in child soldiers, and
Hmm.
he doesn't want to see children be essentially used as weapons. So he's like, I'll
Okay.
challenge you to a duel. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I get the princess, and we go our separate ways. Either way, you guys
Hmm.
go free. They're orphan soldiers. They don't know the conduct of war, or the purpose of everything. They don't know to explain this to the other people, and he's technically going out
Mm.
of orders himself. So I
Okay.
remember that it sets the tone, or what should be the tone, in regards to the series for me. I remember
Mm.
that very vividly. For the betrayal,
Oh, oh,
iconic.
okay. So I'll tell you this. This is who I liked. I don't know her name, but she was sexy as hell.
The
She
secretary?
was the one that looked like Daisy Duke with the low
Oh,
pants and the
the
tie shirt.
she was one of the many wives of the one pirate.
The guy in the white suit and the long
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, he's like, this is one of, he's like, we're all married.
One of them, she was like the second in command. She was like his right hand man or woman.
No, but here's the thing. Everyone on his ship was married to him. They're all women. And he's like, yeah, they're all my wives. He married an entire ship of women.
See, I went over my head. See, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked her. I liked
Yes.
her.
Actually, the tightest group of women associated with him were all great pilots, and they're all great personalities. Like the one that's
Mhm.
his right hand was the one that was tan with the scar on her stomach.
Right.
And in season 2, they have an epic battle. She dies and he dies in the process. But
Aw.
and then the other girl that you're talking about, because she was painting her nails, the one that you're talking about with the Daisy Dukes, when they introduced her character, she was painting her toenails in her suit.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the one that she's wearing jeans and is low cut. Her belly's all exposed,
Is that the one with the
and she had like
scar?
a top. I thought so.
Oh, okay.
She was,
No, there
she
was a
was
couple
always
with.
with the guy in the white suit.
That's the same
Man,
one
she was like,
I was talking about, that they both died in
yeah,
season 2. The one
okay.
with the curly the pigtails that was playing painting her nails in this.
There's one girl with the glasses, I think.
Yes, that's like
That
the smart one also.
right.
There was 2 with Daisy Dukes. That's why I got confused for a second.
Oh,
She develops a relationship with one of the boys, the oldest,
young
who
one,
no,
the
the
oldest.
oldest one, the one that's always working out.
And what about the little one? Because there's one, there's like, it was two of them in the sense
Mhm.
of the guy with the gray hair pompadour, and then he had the little one that's like he's like an old soul.
Y-
He's
y-
very mature for his age, but he's short.
Yeah, the main pilot you're talking about, right?
No, no, no. I told you. I mean, come on.
For everybody watching, sorry, there's a lot of characters on this show. The main cast of all
Hmm.
the kids on the ship, there's like 50 to 100, and but they focus around like 10 to 20 people.
Gundam is very similar to a lot of other shows and movies, like Voltron, G Force, Macross, Pacific Rim.
Hmm.
I think Windblazer or something like that. Windblazer, but that's for more like ships,
Yeah,
battleships in the sky. Now, Voltron and Power Range and all that stuff, there's like multiple machines become one,
I
where
mean, you could
here these are
argue maybe a
individual
little bit
machines.
of Matrix. I mean, they literally jack into the machine to pilot the
True,
machine.
in the back, correct.
Hmm.
Yes, that's true. But and also I had trouble with they have gravity, they don't have gravity. They have gravity, they don't have gravity. Like they're floating. and then they're walking. They're floating and then they're walking within the same like space. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess gravity is a lot lighter there where you can walk, but also you can float if you need. I don't know. It's just maybe the boots.
So they can activate and deactivate gravity on the ship. They mention it and they talk about like they use certain drives to do that. And
But it just seemed like any time, like you would think that throw people off if it's at any time is random. That's what I'm saying. That's what if I mean, I'm not sure if it's random or is just gravity is well, of course they're in space, so it's gonna be different. But again, they're in space, so they can float, but their hair stays this and their clothes stay the same. Because when you're in space, and if you don't have like braids or hair like ours, your hair will be floating and moving all in
true.
different
So
directions.
you would have been
A little
fine if
bit
they
so
had one scene if someone was just like using a lot of gel in their hair and be like, I have to keep it still.
if they said it to like, make it more sense. But or I mean, of course, it's a lot. It's a lot more expensive if you have to always have them in a floating hair or closed state, whatever you want to call it. I know these are like people are listening or watching. They're like, dude, get over it. It's anime. But I know, but it's just some of these details. That's what I
This is the things you obsess over.
yeah. I mean, when you're a kid, when we're kids, we don't care. But when you're like older, things stick out where a lot more than they used to. So it's just like details. That's why I'm into details like that.
So if you were younger, your suspension of
Mhm.
disbelief probably would have been much more broad watching
Of
this.
course,
Okay.
of course.
I
Hell,
know.
I thought Superman could fly. I thought Superman was real. You know what I'm saying? Come
I
on.
mean, that's like when we talk about our cousin E, and he's like he never watched Underworld because the
Mhm.
concept of werewolves versus vampires using machine guns to fight was insane to him. So he would be like, I'm
Right.
not going to watch that.
Great concept, though. It is a great concept with a hot girl as lead.
There you
But
go. Okay, so you like the fighting. You was there
yeah,
one
I can't really
iconic
say.
fight
I
scene?
can't. Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
You did
I
like
just
the
find it funny
betrayal.
too. Yeah, it was kind of like like I'm your father kind of thing,
Hmm.
and how the guy who was betrayed, how he took it, and his reaction. Yeah, I felt for that. I do find it funny though, in they're fighting on the island on the water, and one girl says, "Don't get it wet." There was like I guess one Gundam suit that couldn't get wet, or on the average, they can't get wet because it rusts or
Yeah,
wires,
if
whatever.
it's not
Short
designed
circuit.
for water
Right.
submersion. I
No.
also thought it was kind of cool. Like they took that, they used the concept of the whole Alea Venana system is what they called it for the that they installed on their spines, and they
Hmm.
basically had that one soldier who was obsessed with beating them, and due to his injuries, they just basically jacked him in 100% into the one gun.
That one I think I remember.
That was like the final battle. And in that final battle, our main hero, our main protagonist, the kid who has like monotone no matter what, he basically just does the same thing and allows the system to take over. They hint at it in the halfway point of this show, but basically it cripples him. So he sacrifices his body in
Hmm.
order to gain more access to abilities with the suit.
Obviously, it's worth the watch for you.
Yes. And also, let's be frank about this. It's a model figure line. If you're into building figures and you're into collecting, it's cool to see the materials of the, like in the story of the things that you're collecting and building.
Fair enough.
That is an iconic thing to look at. Those I have them. You've seen them.
Did I get you one? Did I buy you one
You
or
got me
two?
started on it.
Damn.
I
All
know.
right. For
So
me, it's a waste of time. It will be something like what you do. You play it on in the background for noise.
I could see that.
Rotten Tomatoes, again, there's no score for it. What will you give it?
You know what? To be fair, I would put it at an 8.
8?
No, 80%. I was going. My mind is like 8 out of 10 is 80%.
Right, right.
I'm not gonna say watch something like rate it at 8.
I mean, I wouldn't give it an 8. I didn't like it, but I would not go that low. I would do like I would do 65.
65.
I'll do
Okay.
65 because of the action. Granted, I don't remember it, but that's what made it worthwhile.
For you, it needs to be more condensed. can't be like a 50 episodes to get to like whatever it, unless it's a compelling, really good story.
Exactly. It has to be compelling. It has to draw my attention. And like you said, there was action in the first episode, but then there wasn't action for a few episodes later.
Yeah, because what
It was just,
happens, action happens, stuff happens, then not so much plot, like a little bit of plot, and then let's plan. And we're going to discuss about what we're going to do and our tactics of how we're going to do this.
right.
And then a little bit of plot happens, cool. And when we get a little bit of action, then real action, then we're back to the same formula.
Not for me.
I will say this, like in 50 episodes, the voice actors themselves, the main voice actors that do the work, they're doing like 10 to 20 different voices at a time. So they're not all locked in to like just their sole role in regards to voice work.
But that happens a lot. Like you have Sam Witwer, he does Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels. He's done other. He played Clone Troopers. He played other characters. Same thing with Clancy Brown. He played several characters there as well. So you have that's kind of normal. Like you do the main thing. It's like, hey, can you just do this? Can you grunt, or can you just be like a background player for this scene only, though? Blah blah blah. So yeah, that's kind of common. That's pretty common actually for voiceover work, especially anime.
This was our attempt to get my brother into watching anime.
No. I watch anime. No. I do watch anime. I don't watch as much as you do because I don't have as free time like you. But you try to get me to watch this anime. Let's be clear. Let's be fair.
Fair enough.
This anime was a fail. I did see Chainsaw Man. We haven't reviewed it, but I saw Chainsaw Man. I have some weird, like I told you, remember, like the Japanese are really kind of perverse.
Yeah.
That's a great example of that, but not in the sense of display of the perversion, but the talk and all that stuff. Anyway, I watch anime. And I like, for the most part, where's the high rise high school, whatever, what was that one?
Oh, High Rise Invasion.
I like that one.
That's true. You like that more than I did.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Let's just end this.
Start me off.
All right, guys, that is our series review of.
All right, guys, that is our series review of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. If you
have you seen it?
Oh, have you seen it? If you have, let us know what you think. Were we right? Were we wrong? Comment below. If you have a referral for us or something that you want us to see, also comment below or message us on our usual platforms. Instagram. Do we have anything else? Facebook. No.
Or don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Or don't forget, matter of fact, also follow us on Instagram, since I just mentioned that.
I already did it. Close it. Until next time.
Oh, I thought you always do that one. Until next time. I'll do it this time. This time, I'll say, until next time, it'll be next time.
Until next time, will be the next time.
Until next time, will be the next time. Love you, bro.
You're Adan.
I'm Adan.
I'm Angel.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.